Well, we have a great show lined up for you today. If you like wine, you like coffee, you like craft beer, well, then you've got the right show, because this one today really takes you around the Central Ohio area and shows you some of the best. Like here at Nostalgia Brewing Company at Creekside here in the Gahanna area is just one of the great brewers that we have on today's show. Renee?
Well, thanks, Mike. We found some great places to eat, drink, and this one particular romantic spot will make you feel like you've gone back in time. I'm Renee Warner, and along with Mike Kilburn, we are Out and About Columbus.
Well, we stopped by the Barrel and Boar, and if you love Ohio craft beer, you're going to find a lot of it right here, as well as craft cocktails, and not to mention that excellent gastropub BBQ. Stan Riley told us more. Well, Stan, good to have the Barrel and Boar on the show.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you're a gastropub BBQ. What makes us unique?
What's unique about it is that there's a lot of gastropubs out there, but we use smoked meats to create all of our products, and everything's made from scratch. And we pair that with a craft bar program where we do specialty cocktails and Ohio craft beers to round out our brand.
So tell us a little bit about your bar program here.
We use 12 Ohio craft beers on tap at all of our locations, and then we have our own cocktail lists. So our bartenders all design cocktails, and we change those seasonally. In this location, we actually do a Battle of the Bartenders program, and we feature a new cocktail every month from each bartender, and that's pretty popular. People get to vote and see who wins.
Can you tell some of the names, some of the craft beer we might recognize?
We do a lot of stuff from Homestead is one that we use a lot. We use stuff from Platform. We do Loose Rail. We do some stuff from Brewdog, but we do rotate quite a bit.
You know, one of the ones that your bartender said you had was Warped Wing, and they were actually on the show. We went to Dayton and actually looked at their facility. So tell us a little bit about the fall menu and what do you have coming up here?
Well, we do like to rotate our menu seasonally, and this year for the fall, we just launched our menu here in Westerville, and so right now we are offering a roasted sweet potato option. This is our new fall salad. It has roasted root vegetables on it, and then we also have this new sandwich. It's called our Big Pig, which is kind of just how it looks.
So tell us how we can find you and learn more about Barrel and Boar.
We have 5 locations here in Central Ohio. You can find us on our website, which is www.barrelboar.com. And at each location, we offer different items. Some of the menus vary differently. We allow all our chefs to have some say, and our bar programs vary a little bit.
Fantastic. Stan, good having you on the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
With 23 taps, delicious food, great entertainment, the Barn in Zanesville is the place to be. Jim told us why people have been enjoying the Barn for almost 50 years. Jim, welcome back to Out and About Columbus. It's great to see you again.
Welcome back to the Barn. I'm glad to have you guys down here.
Oh, I love coming to the Barn. Tell everybody how long you've been servicing the people here in Zanesville at the Barn.
So we're at 49 years. We're getting ready for our big 50-year celebration coming up here in 2020. So we're super excited about that.
What do you think people love to come here for? I'm going to guess it's this delicious food in front of us.
We got some great food here sitting in front of us, so we get a lot of people that are coming for that. We also do a lot of things around the games with Ohio State getting geared back up. It's been an exciting couple weeks for us doing that, as well as the NFL games too. So we get a lot of people in for that. So that's really our fall thing. We also do live music on Saturday and Sunday. Seasonally, we do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So a lot of things going on down here. We really have something every day.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about your food, because this isn't your normal food that you find at sports bars and things like that.
Yeah, we've got kind of an upper end. You know, you've got everything from a great chef salad you can get. We've got a Monterey chicken sandwich sitting over there. Our Exactly burger, it's a big seller. We've also got the wings. We have pizza. The pizza recipe that we use has been in this area for over like 60 years. It's it's something that's second to none. You can come down here. We're going to be great people. We're going to have a great time, and wow, this food, you can't go wrong with it.
That's right, and you guys are great folks, and I appreciate you having us out. Tell us how we can find out more information about the barn so we can check it out.
You can follow us on Facebook, as well as at our website, thebarnzanesville.com.
Wonderful. Jim, thanks again for having us.
Thank you. It's always great to have you guys down.
Well, it's amazing that only 9 years ago, Gervasi Vineyard started as a winery. Today, it's a growing Italian resort. Ted told us how they got started and why this place is the perfect weekend getaway. Well, Ted, welcome to Out and About Columbus, and thank you so much for having us out to Gervasi Vineyard.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy your day.
Well, I am thrilled to be here. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. This is a wonderful vineyard, but also, you guys are a resort. Tell us about Gervasi Vineyards as a resort.
Well, we've really started 9 years ago as a vineyard and an upscale Italian restaurant. But over the last 9 years, we've developed the property to become a destination. We currently have 15 buildings on property. We have 3 restaurants. We have a distillery. We have a winery. And we have 2 hotels. And every year we've been hosting 125 weddings for about the last 7 years. Now the distillery and the new Casa Hotel were added just within the last 6 months. And the distillery is kind of interesting because we're a winery that has a distillery, which is unusual. But what it's styled after is my mother was the Gervasi, and she was born in northern Italy. And I visited there a couple of years ago, and when I saw the church that she was baptized in. So when we decided to add a distillery, it seemed that every Italian village, and that's really what we have here is an Italian village, needs to have a church. So we made the distillery in a church. So it's an interesting building, let's put it that way.
Tell us how we can find out more information.
Well, the easiest thing to do is get on our website. It's www.gervasivineyard.com, and Gervasi is spelled Gervasivineyard. Or you can call us at 330-497-1000.
Wonderful. Again, thank you for sharing your beautiful resort with us, and I would encourage everyone to come out here and try it out.
Well, thank you. We're glad to have you here. It's a great place to spend 2 or 3 days.
An up-and-coming distillery located in Asheville has some new products that's going to be on store shelves shortly. We have more straight ahead.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
So we stopped by Winans on High Street in downtown Columbus, and this place is rich in family history. And not only that, they have great coffee, chocolates, and wine. What more would you want? We talked to Joe Reiser and learn more. Well, Joe, good to have you and Winans Chocolate and Coffee on the show.
Thanks for coming down. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little history of this.
We started almost 60 years ago as a single little chocolate company over in Piqua, Ohio. My father-in-law, Max Winans, founded the company. He was a 4th generation Dutch-German baker. Well, here we are 26 years later, finally, with 4 locations here in Columbus. And during that time, we've gone from the handmade chocolates, of which we still make all 35 pieces that Max made, the same way, same equipment, same copper kettles. We won't change something that's been so successful.
Well, tell us about pairing the chocolate with wine, and where did the wine come into that?
Well, so wine actually makes sense if you think about chocolate and coffee and wine. They're very similar in how they're prepared. I mean, the difference in coffee is we cultivate coffee from the bean to the cup, and so we roast it, but every cup is the responsibility of the barista at the end, how they manage those roasted beans and how they prepare the drink and the timing and the water temperature, all those things. Wine, all that's done at the winery, but very similar process to get to that finished process or that finished beverage. So the wine fits out our day. If you think about coffee in the morning, chocolates all day, and wines at night.
Sounds great. Well, give us some contact information, Joe, where we can find out about Winans and more.
Well, you can find us on the web, obviously, winanscandies.com. You can find us in Columbus, 216 South High Street, in Grandview Yard on Yard Street, in German Village on 3rd Street, and in Old Dublin and on High Street.
I'll tell you, it's a beautiful place. Joe, thanks so much for being on the show. Great information. Thank you.
Well, delicious food and wonderful drinks await you at the Old Market House Inn in historic Zanesville. You'll feel like you've gone back in time. Jessica told us more about all of the dining options you have here, as well as some of their specials throughout the week. Jessica, it's nice to meet you, and thank you for having us out to the Old Market House Inn here in Zanesville. Tell us what someone is going to experience the minute they step foot into this beautiful restaurant.
Yeah, we are a fine dining pub with Italian roots. Not only do we have the highest quality meats, seafoods, and produce, but our owner, Adrian Adornetto, actually owns Adornetto's Pizzeria as well as Giacomo's Bakery. So we have some really top-notch pizza, pasta, and bread as well.
Well, I understand you have daily specials. Tell us about those.
So we do offer happy hour every day from 4 to 6, and that is deeply discounted food and beverage specials. On Monday, we have our I Love My Wife night. It is a 7-ounce filet, a twice-baked potato or French fries, sautéed mushrooms, a house salad, and a small glass of wine for $25 per person. Tuesday is Tequila Tuesday, so we have our Rocks Margarita, which are house made, for half off. That's $3 a piece. Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. We offer all of our bottles of wine at state minimum retail. Thursday is New Brew. We offer all of our craft beer at state minimum retail. And every week we like to try and highlight a local or seasonal ingredient that we feature in a dish that is available one time only until it runs out.
Fantastic. If somebody wants to call in and make a reservation, maybe go on your website, tell us what that is.
You'd want to call 740-454-2555, and we do take reservations.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing this restaurant. I didn't know it was here, and I definitely want to come back and try it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Well, you know, one of the fun things about doing this job is some of the small businesses that you run across that are on the grow. And this is one of them. It's called M&O Spirits. This is a new distillery, and they got some great products already out in some stores around Central Ohio and in downtown Columbus. We talked to Doug McLaughlin and learn more. Well, Doug, good to have you and M&O Spirits on Out and About Columbus.
Thanks for having us out.
You know, let's talk a little bit about the company, where it got started, and just kind of some of the background here.
Mike Orozco and myself, we work in production. We're all over the country, and somewhere out in St. Louis, we were sitting at a bar drinking some bourbon. I'm like, Mike, how hard do you think this stuff is to make? And we've been distilling since June of 2018.
Well, Doug, tell us a little bit of history about Asheville and distilleries. I understand quite a bit right in this area.
What's really interesting and for us is that Asheville was founded on distilleries 50 yards right behind us off Wolf Creek. There were 5 distilleries right along there, and once the railroad came through, it became official, and this was how Asheville became incorporated.
Well, Doug, what makes your product unique?
Our products are unique. We're coming out with 5 products. Our most popular product is M&O Spirits Smoke American Whiskey. It just won a gold medal in a national competition. So
wow,
we're on the right track with that one. And then we also have the Tada, which is a white whiskey. And then we've got our potato vodka is going to be coming out. And then our pumpkin spice holiday spirit, which is a bourbon mashed with pumpkin, is coming out October 1st. And that's a seasonal release for 3 months. And then our black American bourbon is coming out next year once it's done its full 2 years of aging.
Well, Doug, where can we learn more about M&O Spirits?
Well, you can find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Also go to our website, mnospirits.com. We give tours, but it's a call and schedule type of thing. So give us a call, we'll schedule it, and we'll get you in here and get a tour.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, I got to say. Doug, we look forward, man, to seeing big things out of you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news, upcoming shows, and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus.
We stopped by Nostalgia Brewing Company and found out how he put some nostalgia in the tap room. We're talking about Sean White and coming into Creekside and checking this place out. It is absolutely great. Well, Sean, thanks so much for having Out and About Columbus out to Nostalgia Brewing.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Well, tell us a little bit about this. How did you bring nostalgia into the tap room?
Yeah, so the idea was we wanted to bring people in, give them some memories of times they've had before, whether it be some Lincoln Logs on the tables or some Jenga or something that they can play with. If you look, the nostalgia logo above our draft wall is made with Legos. So it's just little things that can help to start a conversation with the people at your table.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the food options we're going to find here at Nostalgia Brewing.
Yeah, so the food options are light fare. It's pretzel bites, but there's also mac and cheese platters. There's sandwiches. My favorite is the grilled cheese and tomato soup combo. Some variations of things to get you just enough food to fill you up, but not to fill you up so much that you can't enjoy the great beer.
Right. Tell me a little bit about the beer here.
Yeah, so we make a lot of different styles. We're not just an IPA or just a lager house. We make a lager, we make an IPA. We try to do some unique things. Right now we have a pumpkin ale and a pumpkin latte.
For the season?
Yeah. So it's trying to have some traditional styles, but also have some unique one-off things that will bring people in and continue to bring them in.
Give us some contact information where we can send some folks out here to check this out.
Yeah, so we're at 81 Mill Street. It's Suite 150. It's right off 62. So Gehanna exit in Creekside. There's a free parking underneath the place. So, or go to our webpage.
No doubt. Great place for a date night or any night, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
Fantastic, Sean. Thanks so much for being on the show. Appreciate it. Thank you. Ravens Glen Winery and Tasting Room is located on Tuscarora River. What a great place to come and visit. They have events, live music, and they actually make the wine right here on the premises. We talked to Stephen Fellabaum, who's their Director of Operations, and he told us more. Well, Stephen, welcome down to Mount Columbus. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Mike.
Good to be back at Ravens Glen. This place is one of my favorite places to visit, and I think it's one of the premier wineries here in Ohio. With us traveling, we see a lot of them, and this one really certainly stands out. So let's talk a little bit about what's new at Ravens Glen since we've been here.
Sure. Well, here soon we'll be actually rolling out a new menu, Mike. Give me about 2 weeks, we'll have that out. New hours for the summer. On Fridays and Saturdays, we're going to stay open until 10 as opposed to 8 before, and Sundays to 4. Always something exciting. We got entertainment pretty much every Friday and some great new events if you check out our Facebook.
Now, you guys actually raise the grapes here on premises. Let's talk a little bit about the wine.
Certainly. So we do have some of the small vineyards here. We also up the road have about 11 acres, I believe, of the grapes that we grow up there. So we have 8 estate wines. Estate just means that we've grown 80% of that wine. The grapes are grown on our property.
So talk me through the buildings that you have here on the grounds.
All right, we're right in front of us here, obviously, is the restaurant and the tasting bar in front. We're on the currently on our deck, right next to the beautiful Tuscarawas River. Right over to our right over here, we have the winery, and then next to that is the bottling house where we actually store the wine after it's bottled and on its way out to the distributors.
How much or how broad is the reach in terms of the wine that you guys make? How far can we
Right now,
buy
we
it?
distribute all over Ohio. We do a little bit in Pennsylvania as well, but mainly Ohio.
It's a great place to come and visit, not far from Columbus, to drive out here, about an hour 30 for us to come out. So give us some contact information where we can learn more about Ravens Glen.
Absolutely. If you go to our website, ravensglen.com, you can also go to our Facebook page, Ravens Glen, which is where you're going to find most of our information on. You can always call us at 740-545-1000, and we'll get you set up.
Love to come out here.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Steve, thanks so much for being on the show.
You too. Thank you.
We're here at Genuine's Vintage Dining here in Pickerington. Not only do they serve delicious craft beers and fine wines, they also have created several signature dishes with them. We talked with John, who told us more about the food that they serve here, as well as some of their special events they have coming up. John, welcome back to Out and About Columbus. It's a pleasure to be here at Genuine's Vintage Dining.
Thank you very much for having me back for my second showing.
Oh, well, I'm thrilled to be here because it's my first time here and the place is beautiful. This is our beer, wine, coffee show. Let's talk about some of the wines and beers that you have here at Genuine's.
Sure. What we're really known for is our wines. We carry a lot of Italian wines, Chiantis, Barbera, Luna de Luna, and we also have, which has been very, very popular for us, Macedonian wines from Macedonia.
Oh, nice. Well, John, I know you do a lot of cooking with these beers and wines. Tell us how you use them in these dishes that you create.
Well, not only do we cook with the beers, but we also use local breweries. So from North High, we have an Old McNasty, and that is our Stark glazed salmon. And then we use a honey Dijon bourbon glazed, and that's Basil Hayden. And then we also have a red wine sorbet, which is gluten-free chocolate cake, and it's made with Chianti.
Oh my gosh, it sounds so delicious. Now, I know you have a lot of events coming up for the fall. Tell us about some of those.
Sure. We have an event coming October 4th and October 5th, and that is called Caesar's Night. That is a Caesar's Night extravaganza. It is going to be full of food. And then you can have choices where you can have either 3 courses or up to 5 courses. Wine comes with the 5-course choice.
Oh, it sounds like so much fun. How can we find out more about Genuines and come try this delicious food?
Sure. You can find us at genuines.com, or you can find us on Facebook.
Wonderful. Thank you again for sharing this great information and having us out today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Well, coming up, we're going to take you to a place where you can find some of the freshest roasted coffee in Central Ohio. Stay with us. Now you can join in on the fun with Out and About Columbus on social media. Grab your mobile device to keep up with where we are in Central Ohio. Make sure to follow us on all of our platforms for everything you need.
What do you get when you mix great music, wonderful wine, and a lot of history? You get the Blue Barn Winery and Vineyards, located on the edge of Amish country in Worcester, Ohio. And we had an opportunity to learn all about this place, its history, and some of the things that you're going to find here from Brent Urian. Well, Brent, good to have Blue Barn Winery and Vineyards on the show.
Thank you, Mike.
This place is absolutely beautiful. I understand this is a Civil War era barn. Talk about the age of the home, the barn, and just what this went through to get this in its beautiful condition.
Well, the barn is, I think, 1868. It's been dated by dendrochronology, and it's built by Civil War era soldiers, Union soldiers that came back from the war looking for work.
It's some amazing history here. Let's talk a little bit about what visitors are going to find. They come up to enjoy this.
Well, what we have is it's a music venue as well as a winery. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every week we have music on those 3 days. Our biggest music event day is on a Saturday. We get Johnny Cash tribute bands, Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Well, what does Rumska mean? And what is that, a wine or what is that?
Yeah, rum Springer. We have a bottle here, and it's an Amish term that we hit upon it because just about all of our labor out here is done by Amish people. And rum Springer is a term that the young people go through, but this is we came up with a wine label in tribute to them, and we also got their permission before we started using it.
We're going to have to leave it there, Brett. But, of course, folks should come up here and experience it for themselves. So give us some contact information.
It's Blue Barn Winery. Our telephone number is 330-575-1028. And our website is www.bluebarnwinery.com.
Fantastic. I know some folks from Columbus want to come up and try this. They love wine. This is a great place. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thanks for coming.
Well, we're all looking for that little caffeine pick-me-up in the morning. If you love delicious coffee, you've got to try Backroom Coffee Roasters. It's some of the freshest you'll find anywhere. We talked with Trent, who told us how the business got started and where you can find their delicious coffee. Well, Trent, welcome to Out and About Columbus, and thank you for having us out to Backroom Coffee Roasters.
It's my pleasure, Renee. Thanks for coming out and introducing yourselves to us.
Well, while we are sitting here enjoying this delicious cup of coffee, I want to ask you a little bit about your business.
Sure.
I see that you've got a cycle theme going in your branding. Tell us all about that.
So Backroom literally started in the back room of a bike shop in Upper Arlington back in 2010, and we've got strong roots in the cycling community. With that said, our coffee is really targeted towards anybody that enjoys small batch, fresh roasted coffee and has an active lifestyle.
That's really awesome. Let's talk about the coffees that you roast. Tell us a little bit about them.
So we have 14 different roast levels and styles to choose from single origins to our blends. Probably our number one is our biker blend. But if you'd like something on the lighter end, we've got our Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, which is what we're enjoying right now, all the way up to our darkest roast, the Horse, which is rich, oily, with dark chocolate notes, and it is a powerful, strong coffee.
It's so delicious, I have to tell you. So now you're not a coffee shop, you're actually a roaster, so you wholesale, correct?
That is correct. So we started with a wholesale business model. We found it to be very successful. We're able to control not only our expenses, but also the end product without all the distractions that come along with a retail coffee environment.
Well, I would love for everyone to get an opportunity to try this. Where can we find your coffees?
So Backroom Coffee is available at all the Whole Foods in Central Ohio and throughout the state, as well as Fresh Time, Fresh Market, and many others. You can also find us online at backroomcoffeeroasters.com.
Fantastic. Trent, again, thank you so much for having us out, sharing your wonderful coffee with everyone.
It's been my pleasure, Renee. Thanks for coming out.
Well, if you're a bourbon lover, then you've got to experience the Beeline. Make your way down to Cincinnati, cross over the bridge, and experience the edge of bourbon country. Julie told us more about some of the things you're going to find on the tour, as well as some great bourbon restaurants. Julie, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thank you for having us out to the Beeline.
Thanks, Renee, and welcome to Bourbon Country.
Well, tell us exactly what the Beeline is and why is this so unique to the Cincinnati area?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if a lot of people know, but the Kentucky side of Cincinnati is the beginning of Bourbon Country. So once you cross that river, you're in the state where 95% of the country's bourbon is made, Kentucky. So we thought it would be unique to take our 4 Kentucky Bourbon Trail craft distilleries, 5 amazing bourbon restaurants, and 5 amazing bars, and blend them into a neat experience called the Beeline.
Now, we're standing here with a bunch of bourbon.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So we're in a rick house right now, which is really a fancy word for a bourbon warehouse. So these beautiful 53-gallon barrels were in New Riff's warehouse. This bourbon is aging for 4 years. And when it is ready, it is going to be the most beautiful amber delight that you've ever tasted. But a rick house is a really fun experience in bourbon country. And you can have that right over the river from Cincinnati. And I promise you, you will take away some amazing memories.
It sounds like a great thing to do when we visit Cincinnati. How can we find out more information?
Absolutely. Well, what you want to do is go on findyoursippingpoint.com and download your cool little Beeline guide. So when you have your Beeline guide, you can visit all of the stops on the Beeline, get stamps, and then we'll send you some cool bourbon swag. And again, that's findyoursippingpoint.com.
Wonderful. Julie, thank you again for sharing all of this great information and some bourbon.
Absolutely. Come and see us sometime.
All right. Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content.